Greetings to the infected out there. I'm the eternally sleepy Duuz-Diz-Din coming at you with another Sonic the Hedgehog by IDW issue review. This time it's issue number 17 titled Plague, as Sonic has to fight off the Zombot hordes. But Sonic is not the main focus of this story, no. It is in fact the Chaotix who take center stage, having just recently gotten information from Tails about the infection spreading around. And while at first it seems like a far-off problem to the Chaotix Detective Agency, suddenly they are accosted by a swarm of the infected, unable to attack or even touch them for fear of spreading the virus to them. And as they manage to make their escape outside, they find it's already too late. The egg ship, the egg face ship, is spreading the virus across the city. The Zombot horde rises. Now, immediately the Chaotix, realize what the Eggman flagship is, and know that what their mission here has to be is to get as many of the uninfected populace downtown, making it to where their backs are against the water in the hope of possibly making it out to sea, as the virus only spreads to organic material. Liquid need not apply. Meanwhile, Vector gets in touch with Amy as soon as possible in order to request some form of help and even a ship to get as many of the survivors to safety quickly as possible. Chaotix decide it's their job to save as many lives as they can. Team Chaotix on the move. So as Espio does his best in order to restrain as many of the Zombots as possible, Vector uses his incredible strength to just push as many civilians to safety as he can. And whilst eventually Vector finds himself cornered, in comes Sonic with his super speed in order to help out Vector with dramatic timing. Although Vector immediately notices that the virus is spreading towards Sonic across his body. Although with a little burst of speed, Sonic is able to keep it at bay. It's the price of touching these creatures. While he's able to actually strike at them and get them to just, be repelled backwards, he spreads the infection throughout himself with every touch of the Zombot. But, they make a plan. Vector and the rest will get as many people to the docks as they can, and Sonic will provide cover. However, as they manage to get the survivors towards the dock, they realize one of the infected is amongst them. And in one of the most chilling scenes in all of Sonic history, as this young girl begs for her life to not be left behind, begging, saying, "It's only a scratch, please, don't leave me behind, you can't leave me behind." Vector does the only thing he can think of, because they have no cures, they have nothing else they can do but seal her away to await her fate alone. Charmy, naturally very young and naive, isn't happy with this decision, feeling that they should help everyone. But Vector, being very realistic and pragmatic, understands that there's nothing they can do. Just get as many people as they can to safety. That's it. They'll try to come back for others later, but that's it. And it turns Vector's stomach. Charmy accepts it and he, joins them. Not happy with this outcome, but he has no choice. And as Sonic managed to rescue a few more, the shuttle finally arrives to take everyone out of this nightmare, at least for the limited future as they can. And as Sonic looks over the city and feels the infection creep across his body because of all the Zombots he's come in contact with, He realizes he's going to have to make a quick dash, run as much of this off as possible before he continue to help his friends, or else he will turn into more of a liability than an aid. It's this silent moment of contemplation that really drives home just how terrible a situation this is. Sonic's backed into a corner. There's only so much he can do. Super speed can only get you so far when you are just as much of a danger as those you fight against. And as Sonic ends up racing out of the city to burn off as much of the infection as he can, the Chaotix manage to barricade the docks, get various people on board the ship, and it's in this moment that Charmy decides this is the opportunity to go back for that girl, to actually help. And Vector and Espio, unable to go after him because of his ability to fly, because of the Zombot horde, because should they step beyond the barricade, they too will become infected. And as Charmy manages to reach the young girl, he finds it's too late. And in that instance, it is also too late for Charmy, as he ends up falling back into the horde. And with desperate cries, screams of no, begging for his friends to help, Charmy is consumed by the plague, by the metal virus. Vector desperately wants to go back for Charmy, and he begs Sonic to go out and help to look for Charmy. Vector has no choice but to stay away. He can't do anything further here. Espio has to, pull him back from going after him. Sonic says he'll do his best to go after Charmy, to find him, to bring him back, not knowing that it's already too late. Charmy is lost, and there's nothing anyone can do. Oof. What a morbid story. What a gruesome story. What a... And the funny thing was that before this issue got released, if you follow Ian Flynn and on his Bumble King YouTube channel, where he gives out Q&A and all that, he alluded to this issue. This and the previous issue, saying that he was surprised that Sega allowed him to do this. He put this concept out there, expecting some notes to say, no, change this, don't do that, don't do this, that's a little too far, rein it back a little, and all he got was a, sure, sounds neat. And he even, stated he questioned it many times. It was like, are you sure? Are you sure this is what you want me to do? Are you actually fine with this? Because during the Archie days, they weren't as lenient as this. Certain things, he received a lot of notes on previous books because, previous writers had taken things too far and off the beaten path, but here I feel that they're allowing him to do so much of this because it's interesting. It involves the core cast. He's not introducing a whole slew of new characters. He kept it contained. We had the Chaotix, Sonic, and Amy, and just fodder character from then on out. And, with the loss of Charmy, it goes to show you, game characters aren't safe. No one is safe. This will get anyone it possibly can come across, and it'll spread like wildfire until the future that Silver saw is all that's left. And it brings the question, honestly, when Silver went to that fully metallized world, is it possible he also contracted the virus? How was it that he was able to keep his organic form when he went to the world covered in metal in the future? How was he able to resist it? And how will our heroes manage to resist this? What can they do? What should they do? How do you stop something that seems so unstoppable, that Eggman is determined to just spread as much as he can. And honestly, I don't even think Eggman realizes what he's truly unleashed. This will bite him. This will bite Eggman in the end. He will regret doing this more than he has ever regretted anything before. But tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you think of this issue? What did you think about the loss of Charmy? What did you think about that moment where they had to seal that girl off? You know, I heard several people comment on Charmy's naivete, but you gotta understand, he's 6. He thought there was the possibility he could have saved that girl. Bless his heart, he really thought he could make a difference in a struggle that, well, honestly, anyone can just be another casualty. Bless his heart. But again, tell me your thoughts. How do you feel about the fact that Sega just okayed this? They're completely fine with all of this. Tell me your thoughts, please. And if you liked this video, feel free to leave me a like. If you didn't, feel free to leave me a dislike and tell me what I did wrong in the comment section below so I might better myself for future videos. And also subscribe and hit the bell icon. That way you don't miss out on the next chilling adventure of Sonic the Hedgehog in the IDW Sonic books. And if you want to find me on social media, just Google Duuz-Diz-Din. I'm everywhere, for better or for worse. Almost like a plague. And until the next video, just remember, everyone you love could be gone in an instant, at any moment, for any reason. I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, and I'm going to bed. Bye-bye.